Good morning, Neenah Rockets, and welcome back to another episode of the 2024 to 2025 edition of Rocket News. My name is Skylar, and I'm your host this year. For the agenda today, we'll be starting by talking about the shift in sports. Then after that, club ads. The months of January and December will be for talking about all the wonderful clubs we have here at NHS. So for instance, today we'll be talking about forensics, culinary, and film club. About the change in sports, we'll be changing from fall sports to winter sports, things like volleyball, to things like basketball or wrestling, for instance. So next week's episode, you guys can expect to see me interviewing some of the coaches on these teams and why they think you guys should show your fellow Rockets support at the games. Now onto the club ads. I interviewed Mr. Retzlaff for the Culinary Club on why you should go to the Culinary Club. I'm here in front of room 314. I'm here with
Mr. Retzlaff.
And what is your club?
My club, or our club, is Culinary Club. We do a lot of different things. We do competitions. We go to the Pro Start state competition every year in March. That's like our big event for our competition kids. We also just have like our regular meetings every Tuesday. That is for like everybody. Like there is no required skill level. It's just about like, learning and getting to do stuff. We also like try to raise money because the more money we raise, the cooler ingredients we get to cook with. So,
what times on Tuesdays you said?
Tuesdays, generally about 3:30 to 5:30. But if everyone makes a big mess, we tend to stay a little longer. So it really depends on how efficient the group is.
And do you have anything to say for people who might be like, I don't know, maybe like kind of like on the fence about joining?
I think it's a great club. You get to eat food. The big thing is that it's not just to like show up and eat food. It's also you get to work to eat the food. So it's kind of like a half educational, half fun class. It's not full-blown notes like our classes. It's a little bit more lax and a little bit slower, but you can still learn and develop. But you also, if you're like on the high end, you can still do fancy things. So it's really inviting for all levels of culinary efforts.
All right. Any final comments, or are you going to leave it as...
No, it's a great thing. We're going to be working on selling brownies soon. So if you either want to come decorate brownies or buy brownies, everybody's welcome.
All right. And then I interviewed two members of the speech and debate forensics team, which, believe it or not, is not forensics as in dead bodies. It's forensics as in, like, show. Hello, I am here with...
Ella. Kylie.
And you guys are in what club?
Speech and debate, specifically forensics.
Forensics. And what does forensics do?
Forensics is the speech part of speech and debate. We have 18 different categories to choose from. It's public speaking. It's public speaking. It's interp and acting. So you can either choose one online or like write your own, and then you basically compete with your piece and are ranked against the other people who you compete with within your room. And typically at a tournament, there'll be 3 rounds, so you're in 3 different rooms. And if you do well enough, which means you rank highly in each room, you can break, which means you go into like a special 4th round with all the good people, and you can possibly walk away with a trophy.
And when and where do you guys meet for forensics?
We meet in room 806, second semester, Monday and Thursday from 3:30 to 5.
And do you guys have anything to say for people who might be like on the fence about joining, or may be like confusing speech and debate forensics with speech and debate?
Well, again, there are 3 parts of speech and debate. There's Congress, there's debate, and forensics. I will have to say forensics is the least scary out of all of those. You're not debating people head on. You're not trying to compete with anybody. You don't have to come up with rebuttals in the moment. You are prepared, typically going in, unless you do something specific like impromptu or extempt, which are impromptu categories. We have a great team, a great learning environment. Forensics kids are all together really nice. We've been to quite a few tournaments, and really it's just a great environment. It can be scary to talk in front of people, but we have the resources and the team to make sure that you are prepared going into a tournament.
There's also a lot of opportunity. So if one category doesn't interest you, there's probably one that does. because it's just such like a wide variety. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Then you guys have any final comments, or just gonna wrap it up as that?
You could just come to a meeting and see what we have to say and like give it a try, because again, it is public speaking. A lot of people get very nervous with it, but it really is a good opportunity and it can improve your public speaking and just a lot of factors.
And you guys said that was second semester in room 806, 3:30 to what?
5.
5. All right. Then after that, we have the film club ad, which was actually sent to me by them. So here you are.
Film Club. Do you want to create the movie of your dreams? Do you want to shoot your shots? Or maybe light your greatest creation? If you want to cement your piece into Neenah High School's history, then take the orange pill and see how far the camera shoots. Or maybe you just want to look as cool as I make myself seem.
Then, at the end of the episode, we have winter driving. On Tuesday last week, or maybe it was Monday, we got a lot of snow, and I posted a small little YouTube short on the official YouTube channel. You can go watch it if you want. But it briefly talks about the safety and importance of making sure you are ready for the weather. And this is a genuine thing. Make sure, Rockets, if you can drive safe, drive below the speed limit, drive appropriate for the weather, and make sure you have good tires. You only have about 4 spaces of your hand worth on each tire, so 1 for each tire. And you want to make sure that amount of space on the road is as good as humanly possible. Because when something like this happens, you want to make sure your car isn't adding to the pileup. Adding onto that, for Rockets who can't drive, but Rockets who can drive, make sure you stay bundled up during the winter weather. It has been getting down to 15, 16, 17 degrees with wind chill making it about 5 degrees the past couple nights. So make sure you guys are properly bundled up and staying warm. That does it for about this episode of Rocket News. You guys can see the weather right behind me as we move into the outro here. If you guys have anything you want me to cover on Rocket News, email me at 76699@neenah.k12.wi.us. That is 76699@neenah.k12.wi.us. You guys can also go into the description of the YouTube video and fill out a Google form there. Well, that does it for this episode of Rocket News. Rockets, be amazing.